I'm Laphelle, Laphelle Music on Instagram. Laphelle Productions LLC is a company. Soul Lab Studio is my space, and gonna do a beat breakdown for the record Chanel by TiaCorine. So with this beat, man, it's crazy because I made this beat actually low-key as soon as I heard TiaCorine. Like I heard her first record, the first video she did, and I was like, yo, this joint's kind of hard. And I want to say that night I just get inspired. Anytime I get inspired, I go and I try to feel mix my vibe in with whatever the artist that inspires me is. So when I heard this, I heard her, she had like some real melodic sound and heavy, hard drums. So I was like, okay, I can make something I think that may work for her. So I made maybe 5 to 10 beats that night that were like kind of like, okay, this would be like a TiaCorine pack. So and this was one I sent it, and she picked this one. Like, she's like, yeah, this is it. And it's funny when we got in the studio later on that night, she told me she didn't even listen to the other beats. Like, this is like, I guess, the first one in the pack. And she listened to this and she was like, yo, that's it. So she didn't even listen to anything else. So that was pretty cool, man. It's like maybe what, 7 to 10 sounds total. I usually like to keep my production at a minimum, just because I feel like when you do that, every sound is important, it has a purpose. So it lets the artist shine as well, so they can really have a kind of a blank palette to kind of show off and do what they do. Yeah, so this is like the first sound that kind of tipped it off. Like, I was just going through sounds and samples and stuff, and I found this. Let me see. Around I want to play. Not gonna show you too many tricks, but I did a lot of like effects and reversing, and put a couple of tricks on it to make it kind of sound, almost sound like it's on like a tape, like kind of like sound old timey, like a tape record or something. So once I had that, and I kind of stretched it a little bit to make the tempo kind of bit bounce. So you can already feel the bounce from that initial loop. So then from there, it was just like the hi-hats. Like, I had to make the hi-hats, make sure they had a good bounce. So then I added the which is simply so I started off like that so that I could kind of build the beat a little bit, because you don't want to come off too much, just like hitting them. So I started off slow. So and then I went double time. So now you're really feeling it, you know what I'm saying? All right. So then I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit. It's got the tempo I want. It's got the feeling I want. It sounds like melodic and not happy, but you know what I'm saying? It sounds like something that I don't even say something that a girl can like, but it felt floaty, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, we got the floaty down pack. So let me add some bass in here to make it kind of thump a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so then I went ahead and added the 808 in there, and that's giving me the hardness, you know what I'm saying? You gotta mix the melodic with the hard. That was mostly it right there. Then I was like, okay, I gotta make these drums hit a little bit. I want, you know what I'm saying? I like the drums to be bouncy. Usually, I don't know if y'all too much notice, but definitely when you're using when you're doing drums, I like claps just because claps make it feel like a party record or a dance record. But sometimes claps can sound a little soft, you know what I'm saying? So I always like to layer my claps on the 2 and 4 with like a snare, like a heavy like a heavy snare. So it's like almost like you building the beat up. So it's like, and then you go. So it just kind of raises up a little level and it makes it, you know what I'm saying, you can feel like punch a little bit more. So I'll show you how that translated. Okay, so that's really the meat of the beat. But I was like, okay, something's missing, man. It's like it doesn't have like, okay, I can hear somebody rapping on that or singing on that, but I need something for the hook to kind of make it just kind of go up a level and just be catchy, so that when everybody heard it, like, okay, that's my joint. So I added I like flutes, man. I don't know about y'all. I love flutes, man. Flutes just, they have a weird quality about them. When you add them, it just kind of makes a beat sound finished to me. And it sounds simple by itself, but when you put it with the music, it's just like, it just makes it like fall in place, man. So last thing, I like with my percussion section. So I got the hi-hats and stuff in here, but I like for my percussion to kind of bounce. So after I did the initial, I'll do like a so whenever I add that, it just makes me want to bounce a little bit, and that's kind of my whole style. Okay, the bounce is there, but it still feel like it's missing a percussion sound, and people don't realize that that's your rhythm. Whenever you get your percussion section right, that's what makes people move, really. Like the melody is like can kind of keep them there and make them fall in love with the song, but the rhythm of the song is really where the magic is, 'cause that's what makes people move or makes people have like a certain vibe to the record. So from there, I just added some open hi-hats. And then you get and I don't know if y'all heard that little change with the hi-hat. This is like a little subtle thing too. Like all these are like little just embellishes that just add to the record. So when you hear it, you don't get tired of it. You just kind of, it just keeps kind of changing up for you. So I add like a little triplet. Then you go back to that, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's just kind of the build up. That's just, you feel like something's coming, then you go. And then you get a record, man.